So this week was a lot of crazy games. So what was the most shocking upset of this week to y'all?
Mm. I mean, I know somebody gonna say it, so I'm not gonna take the one game everybody gonna say,
Hmm.
but I'm going. My personal take is Minnesota going and beating the 49ers. I mean,
Damn, T. Cal, I was gonna say that, but go ahead.
Yeah, literally. Like you took.
Nah, you
man, I
got
mean,
options.
I thought y'all was gonna do the obvious, but I
Uh,
It's
mean,
two obvious ones.
oh yeah, for sure. I mean, obviously somebody gonna get the other one, but my biggest upset, the shocker by far was the Vikings going in and beating the 49ers. I mean, I was never high on Purdy, but I did come in knowing that what is his name? The coach. He was who was Brian Flores. Brian
Yeah.
Flores was is the defensive coordinator in Minnesota, and he is like that. Like he's one of them ones. Now it's sad that he can't get a head coaching opportunity because of obviously his lawsuit that he still had pending against the NFL. But him and being able to call up defense, I mean, he's from the Belichick tree, so he calls it to a T. So Brian Purdy came over him to them himself and was like, man, like your defensive fronts were like I couldn't read him. He was so good. 49. I mean that game was crazy. I'm not going to spend too much time talking on that. Debo, he's going to be out for a couple weeks. That's a shame. I mean, Debo is always it's you can't you you're gonna have to move off of him eventually. You can't continuously have that guy there and he's continuously injury prone playing that style of football. Like you can't invest your money into nobody that
I,
injury prone.
yeah, and to that point, T. Cal, I think I've asked this question before. Do we think this is the 49ers? Is this their is the window closing on them? As a window of opportunity of them winning that Super Bowl closing? I mean, because I mean they can't keep everybody forever. They're not going to be able to hold on to Trent Williams forever. They're not going to be able to hold on to McCaffrey forever. They're not going, you know what I mean? They're not going to be able to pay all of these guys to continue to come back. It's the same thing what that happened with Philadelphia. They were getting old and the guys started retiring and people started leaving. So I think the 49ers window of opportunity of winning a Super Bowl is getting smaller as the season's go on.
Hey, you're 100% right. 100% right. I think this is essentially the 49 last dance.
Right, I do too. I think so too. I agree with that.
Because you got Brock Purdy coming in the cut. Obviously, after year 3, you're gonna want to get him paid as soon as possible because the later you wait, the more the price kicks up. So.
Exactly, and then players get old, like we've been saying. I mean, they're not gonna stay young forever. I don't know how old Trent Williams is, but
36.
36.
Yeah, he old.
That's what I'm saying. McCaffrey is getting up there in age. I mean, I don't know how old Debo is, but I mean, it's just
28, 27.
Okay.
And let's not act like McCaffrey ain't injury prone too. I mean, we've seen his years.
He's injured now. He's on IR now. Now that you say that, I think, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm the 49ers. I don't know.
Yeah, that was my biggest upset. Who was yours, Shears? I mean, obviously I took it, but
if you didn't take mine, I should have had a second one. But I got it. The Bills beating the shit out of the fucking Dolphins. Oh my God. I was not expecting that to happen. I can't believe it. I was like, I'm sitting there watching the game. I'm like, bro, like what? Like, I don't know. Like I'm watching the game to start, but then I kind of changed it because it was a little, it wasn't holding my attention. I look up and it's 31-10. I'm like, whoa, that's crazy to me, especially because the Bills hadn't really showed me much in week 1 to where I'd be like, man, they'll go in and just completely demolish the Dolphins like that. And I hate the fact, I hate it for Tua that he is continuously going in with those concussions like that. And unfortunately, I think he needs to consider retirement. And it does, and it sucks. But I mean, just the way that he's taking those continuous headshots like that, I just don't see it. I mean, just longevity wise, I don't see it. And it actually really does suck because he has all of the talent in the world. But for some reason, I just don't understand why they can't put that together to win more games. You know what I mean? Like we saw them last year beat up on the Broncos and score 70, but when it came to a team that was over 500, they struggle or they lose. So that was my biggest upset to me because I mean, I don't really think too highly of the Bills anyway, just because they don't. I mean, they blew up their team pretty much. But that's was my second one.
Oh no, for sure. We seen that one coming a mile away. I mean, me and Charles at least, Omari, he fell in love with all that pretty stuff. We knew that Miami.
Yep. Y'all had the Bills beating them like that, or y'all just had them winning the game?
I not beat him like that. I mean,
you did. Okay, so y'all had it as a blowout. I didn't think
well,
so.
No, I had it beat him like that. Charles had a close one, but I knew from the jump.
I think anybody would have taken a close one, but I thought the Dolphins would win in a close. I mean, I thought it would be a close game, but I didn't see that coming at all.
Yeah, I thought it'd be a close game too. I didn't have them getting their ass blown out like that. I wouldn't say I fell in love with the pretty stuff, but I do like speed. I've always liked explosive. I've always liked explosive offense. I've always liked an explosive offense, but
you like Madden.
The the shocker for sure. TK already said the 49ers. We already talked about the Bills and everything. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Shit, the Cowboys getting their ass whooped by the Saints. Like they got their ass smacked. I can't believe that. I didn't expect that, bro. I didn't expect that, bro. Like my roommate, he a Saints fan, so he in there like yelling, going crazy. I'm like, what the hell going on? So I checked the score. They getting their ass smacked, like belt the ass, bro. And it's a great game by Alvin Kamara. It's good to see him back doing that, bro, because I feel like he's one of the forgotten backs.
He's been struggling.
Yeah. And I mean, I know he's been dealing with. I think he was dealing with stuff outside of the NFL, but I haven't seen that Alvin Kamara since. It's been some years now, bro. It's been a while since I've seen him do that. And Derek Carr looking like old Derek Carr. I mean, Rashid Shaheed, I think that's how you say his name, looking good, man. It's, you know what I'm saying? Chris Olave doing his thing. Olave, I don't know how you say his name, but
Olave.
I said that the first time, but I was just making sure. But yeah, man, it's just that was crazy. That was CD did his thing. He did real good, but man, it was just that was just crazy, bro. That was a crazy outcome of that game.
Charles.
I ain't gonna lie, it's a lot of upsets to choose from. I mean, you already mentioned.
I know which one you're gonna choose too.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm gonna get to it, but I mean, y'all already mentioned San Fran versus Minnesota, Miami versus Buffalo, especially to an injury. I did not see that coming. And then you just said Dallas and New Orleans, a sneaky one that I won't personally get into, but I think it's pretty, shocking in my estimation. Tampa Bay versus Detroit, walking into Ford Field and, you know what I'm saying, walking away with the dub. Like, I look at Detroit as potentially being representing the NFC in the Super Bowl. So, like, that to me was huge. But the one I'm going to get into, to me, is easy. It's Baltimore losing to Vegas, bro.
He said it. Dang.
That's the one I thought you were going to say first, but yeah.
Oh, God. I'm like, what?
Man.
No, he really didn't say it. He didn't say the biggest one.
Man, it's crazy.
Missing it.
Baltimore
out of his mind though, bro. Like that 30 for 38 for 276. That's crazy.
But man, that Baltimore versus Las Vegas, I mean, it's so shocking. When I look, because I'm over here just chilling, looking at red zone, doing my thing, and I see the score. It's 23-13 in the fourth quarter. I'm like, okay, yeah, the game is a wrap. I don't think Gardner Minshew is the best quarterback in the world, but I don't think he's capable of coming back from down 10. Not against this defense, not on the road, not against a team that just lost essentially the regular season Super Bowl. So I'm like, yeah, the Ravens is pissed off. They're finna walk into that stadium and see the Raiders on the other side of the field, and they finna go smack the shit out of them. So I'm like, all right, game is in hand, taken care of, things of that nature. And then I turn around and I see that, bro, Gardner Minshew got a chance to take the lead. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
how did that even happen? Like, it's a double-digit lead that you've had on multiple instances. It ain't like this is John Harbaugh's first rodeo of having like at least 10 points ahead of somebody and finding a way to squander that lead. Like he's done this countless times in his coaching career. Like as good of a coach as he is, I mean, this is just the latest, example of him fumbling the bag and fumbling a chance to get a victory. And in a prime opportunity when the division itself doesn't look the greatest, you know what I'm saying? The Bengals, who TCAT was high on, they're 0-2. And they lost to a team that I think we can all agree is worse than the Raiders and the Patriots. But you see what they're doing. It's like the Ravens are in a hole, like 0-2 in that division. I personally look at that as the toughest division in the NFL. And, that remains to be seen towards the end of the year because only time will tell. But, I mean, you put yourself in that position, it's going to be a whirlwind to try to get back to the heights that you were last year. And it ain't to say that they can't figure it out. But, I mean, for them to be in a position where I thought that they were going to be realistically one of the title contenders, and for them to lay an egg like that at home against the likes of Las Vegas is like that.
Charles, did you watch the game? Did you watch it? Like, was anybody watching the game?
I caught the end of it, I'm not going to lie. But from what I could see, it seemed like the defense just laid an egg in the second half because, like, they gave up 20 points.
Okay, because I mean, Lamar Jackson didn't play terrible. I mean, 21 for 34, 247. I mean, Derrick Henry 18 for 84. I mean, he doesn't. I mean, Zay Flowers 7 for 91. Mark Andrews 4 for 51. Like the offense, kind of. I mean, they didn't do terrible. That's why I was asking. I mean, so you said the defense gave up 20 points.
Yeah, there was a critical call that kind of like started some conversations with the PI in the end zone with Devontae Adams, and that kind of led to a field goal for the Raiders to kind of take the lead when Baltimore had basically no timeouts. So it was basically Baltimore was in the same position that the Falcons were in tonight, but they just had way less time. So like they couldn't really realistically do anything about it.
I think he missed out on the biggest. That's probably one of the biggest shockers of the week. I mean, the Chargers being the Panthers. I mean, I didn't come in there thinking that at all. I thought it was going to be a close nip-tuck ball game, the battle of the Booty Bowl. I mean,
that's all. Is he serious?
What?
Is that it? Like, you dead ass? Bitch, y'all almost lost to the Bears, nigga. Like, what?
Nigga, the Bears are where the Bears to blow y'all out?
They probably would. Not, nigga. It'd probably be a close-ass game, just like y'all.
Nah, it'll be BTA.
No, the fuck it would. They have no offense, bro. With all them weapons, them niggas can't get shit.
I will say this: I didn't expect y'all to be 2-0. That's for sure. So I mean, granted,
against the Panthers,
I'm talking about to start the season. I didn't think y'all was gonna beat the Raiders.
Hey, and speaking,
they're not good.
Hey, speaking of the prediction,
they have two good niggas. They only have Devontae and Jacoby Myers.
And speaking of the prediction, I think Charles ended up losing that prediction. So hey, yeah,
what's the results for everybody? I just want to hear them.
You say what?
What's the results for everybody?
We're gonna get into it this week too. But Charles lost, so he got to pay the piper.
How many did y'all get right compared to me?
More than you, so that all matter.
I just want to see how close it was.
Shoot. It wasn't close enough, brother.
Exactly.
You're done.
Hey.
All right, man.